Good morning, my dear children. Today, in this video, we are going to discuss a very different topic. It is very important. I welcome everybody, grade 9 and 10, to this video. This video has been recorded as part of ICET Public School online classes. Today's class has many importance. In the sense that in today's class there is no homework for you and there is no task for you. This video, what I expect you to do is watch it very carefully and very sincerely, and in a very dedicated manner you have to watch this video completely. I'm going to the topic. Today in this video I'm going to discuss the topic that literary devices in English. Literary devices, or in another term we can call literary elements, or we can call figurative language. These all are same only. There are many devices, many literary devices used in language. Language means in stories, in poems, and all the forms of literary work we use or the authors use. One by one we can try to understand what does it mean. It may not be a new one, but it will make sometimes help you to understand more clear the topic. First of all, what is figurative language? What is literary device? What is literary elements means what? I will define it. I will try to define it in a box that figurative language is a tool. It's a tool like that. Everybody, you are a student. Your tools are pen, paper, pencil. These all are your tools. Like that, for an author, for a writer, literary device is a tool. Okay, that an author uses to help the reader visualize what is happening in a story or in a poem or in an essay. So what the piece of literary work it is. So the author uses that tool in any form of literature in order to for the reader for better understanding, for visualizing the event or the situation. Figurative language is meant to be interpreted imaginatively, not literally. So that figurative language we will interpret in an imaginative way. We can interpret. Such literary devices are there in English. You have learned so many. The same only I am also going to teach you. In poems also we can see these literary devices. First of all, I am moving on to the first one. So by the name it is very familiar. You will understand what the literary device it is. That is, there are, first of all I will tell that what are the literary device going to be discussed in this video. In this video I am trying to finish off just around 20-25 minutes. I am trying to complete everything. So as much as I can, I would like to explain the figurative languages, the literary devices. In this video we are going to discuss is simile, metaphor, personification, hyperbole, irony, symbol, imagery, alliteration, and paradox. These are the literary devices I would like to introduce in this video. So we can move on to the first one. It is simile. You might have learned it. What does it mean, simile? Simile means is a figure of speech. It is a literary device that compares, that compares two dissimilar things by using the keywords like or as. Using that two words, we are comparing two dissimilar things, not similar thing, two dissimilar things, two entirely different things. We are comparing each other using the word like or as. We are comparing. This is what called simile. Examples, I will tell that her feet felt like ice. Her feet felt like ice. Comparing feet and ice and using the keyword like. Then he is as old as time. As old as time. So how old is time? We don't know. Like that much old he is. He is as old as time. Comparing the person with the time. As old as time. Then another one, we can compare many things in this way. This is what called liter. Another example, you were as brave as lion. So comparing the person and the lion. And they fought like cats and dogs. They fought like, the word like, cats and dogs. Then we can say that your class is as clear as water. So it's a comparison, comparing this type of comparison is called simile. So why you learn this? So in poetry, there in lines, the poems generate the authors, the writers, the poet uses this simile, the literary device in it. So for examination, the question will be coming, pick out the example for simile. What? Pick out the examples for simile. So what you have to find the expressions like this, comparing two dissimilar things using the keyword like or as. It is called simile. In simple way, I am going to trying to explain in this video. Okay, I hope you have understood the words like that. He is as strong as ox. So comparing the ox and the person. So this using the word as or like. This is called simile. So I would like to move on to the next one. Metaphor. Metaphor and simile, it is different, entirely different, but it looks like similar. The difference is that in metaphor we won't use the keyword like and as. Comparing dissimilar things the same way without using the keyword like and as. It's a figure of speech that compares two unlike things, describing one as if it were like the other. As if it is like the other. Example, I will tell that. I told you now, in this we won't use the word keyword like and as we won't use. That is the difference between simile and metaphor. Don't forget the word metaphor. Example, blanket of darkness. Blanket of darkness. So what it is? Comparing blanket and darkness. Okay, the darkness being compared with blanket of darkness. Or we can say that my brother's room is a pig pen. My brother's room is a pig pen. So what does it mean? It is like that. Not really, but here the word is not used. Like or as is not being used in metaphor. Or we can say when we happen to see a very fat person, sometimes we may say that he is an elephant. He is an elephant. So here the person being compared with the elephant, but we did not use the word like or as. We straight away we said that he is an elephant. So comparing the feature of that the physique, we compared the person with an elephant. So like that, comparison is called metaphor. More examples for metaphors are, he is a shining star. Is a shining star. Actually, is a shining star. No, we are comparing the personality with the shining star. He is a shining star, or we can say that the calm lake is the calm lake is a mirror. The calm lake is a mirror. It is possible. And or we can say that her long hair was a flowing golden river. Her long hair was a flowing river, golden river. So comparing, this kind of expressions are called metaphor. The difference between simile and metaphor, understand? In metaphor, there won't be the words, keywords like and as. I hope you have understood metaphor. Now I am moving on to the next one. Personification. It is a figure of it is a literary device, a figure of speech, a literary element. All we can say that in which human qualities are given to a non-human object. That is, the quality of human being will be given to a non-human objects. So that process, that kind of expressions are called personification, considering a non-living thing or non-human thing as a human being. Examples, with examples, it will be very clear for you. That is, one example is this: the leaves danced in the autumn wind. The leaves danced in the autumn wind. So actually, leaves will not dance. Dancing is the quality of human being that is given to a non-human object, leaf. So leaves are dancing in the autumn wind. So we are considering the leaf as a person, and we are giving the quality of a human being to the non-human object leaf. That is, we are personifying it. It is called personification. Personification, the term. Another example: the lightning lashed out with anger. With anger, the lightning lashed. So, lightning won't have the quality of love or anger. No, that is the quality, or the human being qualities. So we are giving that quality to the lightning, the process, the event, the phenomena of light. We are giving this quality. This kind of expressions are called personification. We consider a non-human thing as a human being. Not as a human being, we are giving the quality of human being to a non-human being things. So this is what called personification. You understand that? In generally, it comes in small stories, kids stories and all. We consider that frog. So frog was very angry. We will say that the frog was very angry and he doesn't like. So we use the word he for the frog. Actually, frog is not he. On it won't have anger sometimes, or may not have love, or we will consider it as human being. All the characters will be just like human being. In olden time, in when you were kids, the stories you read, you remember about the animals and all, just like human being, all the quality will be there. They will conduct a meeting, in the jungle they conducted. So this is the quality of human being, not the animals. So the human quality we are giving to non-human things. So this kind of expressions is called personification. So what you want to learn in a poem, there will be personification. Personification means just like this: the leaves danced in the autumn wind. So this is a line from a poem. So this you have to pick out as an example, because there the leaves, non-human things being given the quality of human being, that is dancing. It is called personification. More examples for personifications are: the wind howled in the night. So wind will not make any noise. It will not howl. So we are giving the quality of human being to a non. The wind howl in the night. Another one, my alarm clock yells at me to get out of bed every morning. Yells at me, scolding at me, yells at me. Alarm never scold, it will ring only alarms. So we are giving the property, the quality of human being to a non-human thing and considering it as a human, giving in the nature of human to a non-human thing. So this is what called personification. I hope you have understood. Now I am moving on to the next one. Hyperbole. Hyperbole is a figurative language, is a literary device. It means an exaggerated statement or overstatement. It is a figure of speech that is not to be taken literally. That is an exaggerated version, statement or overstatement. It is a figure of speech that is not to be taken literally. So isn't just a talk only. In Malayalam we will say just thalla, thallan. So such thall is called hyperbole in English. In Malayalam, the apt word is that. Just exaggerated way. Example, I will say that I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. Really, he will eat a horse? No. To exaggerate his hungriness. That is, I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. I have told you to clean your room a million times. Really, did he say a million times? One, two, three, four, 500, 200, like that? A million times? No, an exaggerated version. Exaggerate. I have told you to clean your room a million times. I have a million work to do today. Really, does he have million things to do that day? No. So exaggerating it. I am so full. I am about to pop. So this exaggerating. I saw a polar bear. It was so cold. It was so cold. I saw polar bear. They are wearing blanket and hat. Really? So just exaggerating. So some people when they are talking, they uses this hyperbole, exaggeration in their talk. Generally, when they are explaining, when they are narrating anything, so they will use this exaggeration to attract the people. You might have. So this is a technique. The authors uses this technique, this literary device, this figurative language, hyperbole in English. It is hyperbole in order to attract the people and to make the reader visualize this situation or the event. So this is what hyperbole. So there will be lines in poetry. You have to find out the hyperbole or lines will be given. What literary device is being used in that. So if there is a line, there is a sentence, there is a line. So in that, if it is exaggeration is there in that. So you can say that there is the literary device used in this line is hyperbole. Hyperbole, you can say. Example, I am so hungry, I could eat a horse. Like that. This is what called hyperbole. So I am moving on to the next one. Irony. Irony is a literary device, another literary device. Means the use of words to express something different or opposite from their literal meaning, not what you expected. So, the use of words or expressing something different or opposite from their literal meaning, exactly opposed to that. Irony is it is. So there are different types of ironies are there. So I'm not going to explain that the different types of irony and all. So what does it mean that it is different in expression. So when we are telling that the meaning will be entirely different, a irony we will feel, opposite meaning we will get. So what the line is telling, not like that. Irony, a kind of express something different or opposite from the literal meaning. So actually there are different types of ironies are there. We can call situational irony or dramatic irony, verbal, like that it is there. So I'm not going to the detail, but just I would like to give you the idea. Irony means, for example, two bank robbers have their car stolen while robbing the bank. They were robbing the bank. At that time, their car stolen by someone else. A irony, you feel a kind of something, that is called irony. Actually, they are robbers. Their car being robbed by others. So this is an example for situational irony. Actually, is an example for irony. And another irony, a police station being robbed. So police station being robbed. So this another one is a marriage counselor is going to file a case for divorce. He won a marriage counselor. Actually, marriage counselor is a man supposed to make this kind of solve this kind of issues and all. So he himself is going for a divorce. A marriage counselor is going for a divorce. So what irony it is? This is what called irony. Then like that many, for example, a big accident happened, a two car clashes, for example, and a very unexpected way, fortunately a man escaped that. Anyway, there was no injuries, but anyway, on the way to hospital he met in another accident, he died. So kind of irony it feels. In one accident, he expected to be dead, but he escaped. Nothing happened. But on the way to hospital, again another accident and he died. So what is irony? It is like that. So in Malayalam, I can say that another example for irony. Some people they will in Malayalam I will say that എനിക്ക് രണ്ട് പ്രത്യേകതകളാണുള്ളത്, രണ്ട് ക്വാളിറ്റീസാണ് എനിക്കുള്ളത്. ഒന്ന്, എൻ്റെ പ്രത്യേകത എന്ന് വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ എന്ത് കാര്യവും ഒരിക്കൽ കേട്ടാൽ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കണ്ടാൽ എനിക്ക് ഓർമ്മയുണ്ടാവും. അതെൻ്റെ ഒരു പ്രത്യേകതയാണ്. ഒരു കാര്യവും ഞാൻ മറന്നു പോകില്ല. ഒരിക്കൽ കേൾക്കുകയോ കാണുകയോ എന്ത് ചെയ്താൽ എനിക്ക് കൃത്യമായിട്ട് ഓർമ്മയുണ്ടാവും. അതെൻ്റെ ഒരു ക്വാളിറ്റി. രണ്ടാമത്തെ എൻ്റെ ഒരു ക്വാളിറ്റി എന്താ വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ എനിക്ക് ഓർമ്മയില്ല, ഞാൻ മറന്നുപോയി എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ ഉള്ള എ കൈൻഡ് ഓഫ് ഡു യു ഫീൽ എ ഐറണി. ആക്ച്വലി he said that he has two qualities. One is that he never forget anything, and the second quality of himself, he forget. So what irony? This is what called irony. So another one, when we know as an audience that in film and all we can see that the character will be there, the person who is acting, he will be there. So we know that what is going to happen, that character may not know, that is someone is hiding there or something. As a listen, as we are as an audience we can understand, but the character may not know that. So that's also a called irony. Then another one, when we are telling that, for example, did you complete your homework? No. Did you complete the previous homework? No. Have you done today's classwork? No. Then have you completed the biology homework? No. Very good student. Teacher is commenting, very good student. Actually is an irony. So he did not do any homework, but teacher used the word very good. So it's an irony. So this kind of expressions are called irony. I hope you have understood. I am moving on to the next one. Next one is alliteration. It's very common. You many times you might have written and heard alliteration. What really alliteration means? Nothing. Alliteration means the repetition of an initial consonant sound, or that in a line of poetry, that are not vowels, the repetition of the sound in an initial letters in a line. With example, it will be more clear. One example for alliteration is that the soul selects her own society. The word soul, select, the sound is repeating. Soul, selects, again society is repeating. So in single line, the words is repeating. Another one, a moist young moon hung above the mist. That is a moist. The sound m is repeating, and moon and mist. There the m sound is repeating. Another more clear example. Another one, I Peter Picker pecked a peck of pickled pepper. In this, the sound p is repeating. Peter Picker picked a peck of pickled pepper. In this, the sound p is the initial sound. In every word, the initial sound. So the repetition means that more than one is called alliteration. Okay. So in poetry and all, you don't look for many time repetition. It there may sometimes maybe only two time. So it is repetition, or three time also repetition. It is called alliteration. So more examples for alliterations are, example is, a, a good cook could cook as much cookies as a good cook who could cook cookies. Did you understand? A good cook could cook as much cookies as a good cook cook who could cook cookies. In this word, the word g is repeating. It's a consonant sound that's repeating many times. So this is an example for alliteration. Another one, sheeps. Sheeps should sleep in a shed. Sheep should sleep in a shed. The sound is repeating. So this is called alliteration. We can say another tongue twister. She sells the seashells in the seesaw. So the sound C is repeating. This kind of repetition of the consonant sound, vowel, other than all the vowels is called consonant. So the repetition of the consonant sound in a line at the initial sound of every word is called, not every word, more than one time a consonant sound is repeating in a line is called alliteration. So for examination, the question will be coming like this: pick out an example for alliteration from the poem this, or find out the alliteration in the given lines, or what is the literary device is being used in the above lines. Like that, the questions will be coming. So understand very clearly all. So I would like to conclude my class today. This may be the last class before your on vacation, so that I hope you have watched it. I prefer you to watch it again and understand it very clearly. All the literary, I did not complete what I said at the beginning, that all literary device I could not include in this, because time now itself the time is 30 minutes. So that I avoid that, in the next another video I will complete that one, inshallah. So I conclude my class here. Thank you. Have a nice day. Please fill out the feedback form also. Okay, bye bye. See you.